Sup, people? What's good? How you doing? How's everything with you? How's your baby mom? She blessed? Cool. How's your girl? She good? I know you're unfaithful anyway. Nani? So, we're gonna talk about something I've been seeing trending on Twitter recently. People sharing their heartbreak stories, and man, it's gonna be hard. Like, it's been a while since I spoke about this, so I'm gonna tell you my heartbreak story today. Psych! I'm just playing it. As if, bro. What you mean? What you mean? You need a heart for that. I don't have that.
Oh, brother, this guy stinks!
But yeah, today we're gonna be talking about my lessons with being single. For those of you who don't know, I've been single for about 2 years now. Loser. I can't lie, it's kind of weird because I was in a relationship for 7 years. So for me, this whole single thing is just a mad experience so far. Definitely learned a lot of things about people that I didn't know. I didn't know any better. I was 16 the last time I was single, so it's been a minute. It's been a minute. But yeah, just going over some minor things really about what I learned, and if I can give you some advice on how to kind of, I guess, overcome them, if you want to say, then by all means I will. So I guess the main thing I learned while being single is the time to yourself. I'm not gonna lie, perfectly fine. I used to think I was weird before for always wanting time to myself. Like, I was always like, I don't really want to be around people. I'm naturally a very introverted person. I know it's mad. Some of you can't believe it. Like, oh my God, no way. Like, you seem so social. You talk so much. It's just like, listen, if you knew how I really was, I'm just very quiet. I'm just very to myself. Like, but you can't be that way when you're trying to get to know people and date and everything, because then you're just kind of seen as like, oh, why is this weirdo just staying quiet for? So yeah, man, naturally I'm a very introverted person. So getting myself out there for me, like, even with these videos, is like, it's very refreshing, but it does present its own challenges psychologically, just in the sense of like, sometimes I don't feel like, this video is gonna come out right, or I just feel like I'm stopping and pausing too much. But the whole being single thing has definitely given me a lot of perspective in terms of growth for myself. Like, the time alone has really just helped me analyze myself and make myself better. I'm not trying to make myself more palatable to people, because I feel like that's one thing people do a lot, but we're gonna get into that later. Don't worry about it. I ain't trying to rush it. I'm not trying to skip the foreplay just yet.
You what?
Yeah, definitely time alone has been like, it's been eye-opening to say the least, because, well, when I was with the person I was with, they always wanted to spend time with me and everything, and it's like, it's cool, but it reaches a certain point where it's just like, can I just be alone? Like, this is...
Do me a favor, please. Get out of here. Get out of here, man. Shit, I'm saying.
So being single, it definitely has that benefit of, you don't need to explain your silence to anyone. You can just kind of ghost and come back whenever you want. You ain't gotta explain. You don't owe anyone anything. The second thing, people be playing a lot, you know. I ain't gonna lie. People be playing a lot of games. Like, looking at some of these heartbreak stories, I'm just like, yo,
He needs some milk.
some people moving wild out here. Like, I think I saw one that my boy sent me yesterday where it's like, this guy was stringing a girl along for 1.5 years, and then after 2 dates was like, nah, we're good. Like, that's some wild shit. That could never be me. Like, I'm seeing the most out of these heartbreak stories. I feel like some of them are made up though. Like,
Stop the cap.
people's lives are not this interesting.
Stop the cap.
Yeah, like, people's lives are just, nah, you're not going through all this. Like, stop capping. Like, just stop. Nah, it's just not. But yeah, I would say the whole thing of people playing games is like,
Show me your motivation.
girls can act like they're so interested in seeing you, and then on the day it comes seeing you, just airing you the whole day. I'm just like,
You raggedy bitch.
I remember when that happened to me the first time, that was so new to me. I was just like, yo, what the hell, man? Like,
Hey, yo, what the fuck?
is this really what people be doing? Like, is this what dating is now? You're just kind of just playing games. And the thing is, if you persist and start moving like, oh yeah, you know, oh, like, why don't you see me, this and that, then you come off worse than the person who ghosted you, because then it just kind of looks like you're just desperate. And I'm just like, yo, this is a madness, you know? Like, it's happened to me a couple of times. Like, listen, anyone can get rejected. I just take it better than most people, because at the end of the day, I don't really care. If you ghost me and you don't want to see, man, you're really doing me a favor, because A, you're saving me money, and B, you're just keeping me from going out, which I do not mind staying at home. So
I don't give a fuck, Keisha.
but the people that have done that though, it's like, what do you do? Like, what do you get out of that? Honestly, what do you get out of planning a motor with someone and then just airing them the whole day? Like,
You raggedy bitch.
you're just a special kind of pussy that can't tell someone, oh, I'm not interested.
pussy.
Because if I'm not interested, I'm just gonna say it straight up. I'm just gonna be like, listen, I'm not on it. But being single, I've seen a lot that people are very petty. I remember this one girl I was talking to. She would agree and then just ghost me.
He's a phantom.
And I'm not gonna lie, like a dickhead.
Pussy.
I went with it twice, and I was just like, nah, fuck with that. We're not about to do that again. You're about to make a meme out of me. But that's one thing that I learned is just that people will play any type of games really. Like man, I'm gonna give you some advice here. Just because this thing's sending you nudes, just because she's sending you this and that, it does not mean she's interested, partially. Because they can be sending you the most and never want to meet you.
That's not untrue.
Like, people really be capping out here.
Stop the cap.
I say the next thing I learned actually came during lockdown is people cap, but girls are the biggest cappers out here. I ain't gonna lie to you. Like, talking about, oh yeah, you know, I'm following the lockdown rules, but then they're snapping it, they're out with their friends. It's just like,
Hey, yo, what the fuck?
I don't understand why it's so hard for women to just say, oh, well, I guess I understand. Like, why can't women just turn around and be like, I'm not interested? Because some of you, man, have ruined the thing. Yeah, I'm looking at you, bro. You, the guy who don't like taking no, I'm looking at you, bro.
You stupid motherfucker.
If she's not interested and just says no, just move on, bro. There's too many women in this world for you to care about one saying no to you. Do you know what I mean? But it's just this obsession that mandem have with pride. It's just like, listen, pride can really get you in some fucked up situations.
Nasty.
You do need pride at times to be able to just take yourself away from a situation, but having too much pride can be very damaging to you because you can only take so many hits before you start wanting to lick back. So yeah, man, just learn to take no, man. That's gonna be the next point. But yeah, women be out here be capping, man. I be acting like, oh yeah, you know, I want to see you.
Why the fuck you lying? Why you always lying?
Out here acting like, oh yeah, you know, you should come down. We should link up. We should do this and that. Like, just laying it on thick. On the day, just hey, that shit wild to me. Because for me, it's like if I'm taking time to express interest in you, obviously, if it's not reciprocated, I'm just gonna go. But if you're reciprocating it, just to ultimately be like, I'm not interested.
Why though?
Just say that. Me personally, I can take the word no. I can take I'm not interested because I'm not for everyone. I'm a very, as my best friend would describe, I'm a very Marmite character. It's like some people gonna like you, some people gonna hate you, whatever, man. Like I'm not here to pander to anyone. Do you know what I mean? Like, what you see is what you get, really. Next one, boy, being able to take no, mandem, what are you doing? You are letting us down, bro.
What are you doing?
You are letting us down. Some of you, man, with the way you react to no is just embarrassing. Got me out here feeling like,
Why though?
yeah, man, some of you, man, just need to just unplug your willy and just throw it in the garbage disposal and just turn it on, bro. Like,
You what?
you just stop, man. Honestly, you lot are just done out here. Out here talking about, oh, bitch, why'd you say no to man, though? Like, bro, nah, allow it, bro. Like, why are you moving bare wet for? Like, it's making us all look bad, you know? So soft, bro. Like, for what? Like I said, there's too many women in this life for you to care about one saying no to you. Like, at the end of the day, it's like, there's one person not interested in you, but more time you've been ghosting the person that's actually interested to pursue this one that you want to try to make yours. But listen, sometimes it's just not worth it.
Nasty.
Like, it's really just not, because more time, that's just gonna lead you down a path of, like, you know, simping, and we don't need to go through this again. Like, there's a video on my channel about that already. We don't need to explore this. On that note, though, I will say very quickly, there's a difference between simping and catering to your girl, but we're gonna talk about that later. We're gonna talk about that in another video. Don't worry about all that. That is because that simping video has raised a lot of questions from a lot of people that I'm going to answer, so don't worry about all that. And I would say the second to last thing I learned is people do not know how to take honesty. Like, for me, like I said, I'm a very Marmite character. Some people like it, some people don't. My problem is that filter that people have in their brain to just be like, you know what, maybe I should just smooth this out. I don't have that. I think it flies out. Simple as. And some people really can't take. Some people are like, yeah, I want an honest guy, but then it's like, when you get an honest guy, you're like, you're so rude, you're so mean. It's just like, NANI? Okay, then what do you want then? Because if you want me to lie to you, I can really lie to you.
Why the fuck you lying? I
know what to say, do you know what I mean? Like, if it really came down to me lying to you. But just feel like when it comes to honesty, you should be prepared to hear about yourself sometimes. Like, I've had enough girls try to tell me about myself, and I'm just like, you can be further from the truth. I don't really care, but I do appreciate the fact that you gave me your version of honesty, even though it's completely fucking wrong. But, you know, we're moving it. And the last thing I learned while being single, I would say is probably the one I take the most is don't ever take things on face value.
Nasty.
If something sounds too good to be true, if this person sounds too good to be true, they usually are. Like, I met someone like that. Oh yeah, you know, laying it on like, oh yeah, I'm this, I'm that, like everything I liked. But to be fair, I was an idiot because I told them everything I liked, and they just catered to me in that sense. But because a lot of people do that, they will just ask you what you like and then try to cater along to it just to get you to kind of be with them.
You what?
And that's one thing I definitely learned the harsh way.
Pussy.
Kanashi making videos about guys being fuckboys and seems to indirectly at me, but you know,
my God, I feel terrible. I feel terrible that I'm living in your head rent-free.
I'm not the one with the bun face, but we move in it. I would just say that when it comes to trying to be with someone, just be yourself, man. Like, that's one thing I definitely learned about me is
Listen, that's called motherfucking bars, nigga. You know nothing about that.
just being yourself. The right people will come along. There's gonna be a lot of wrong people along the way that's gonna try to act like, oh yeah, I'm like this, or
Stop the cap.
why does it always happen to me whenever I'm making a good point? I just burp. Maybe that's because the knowledge is just coming out of me.
Knowledge.
Sitting in my car, got this notepad. But you know what's more important than that? Knowledge. Being yourself is just the way to be. A lot of people front, a lot of people will act like, oh, I'm this and that, but really and truly they're not. It's all about seeing past the bullshit and kind of finding what's right for you. A lot of people just out here and just stay stunting, man. And for me, it's just like, I try to find the realest person as soon as possible. But yeah, those are my lessons that I learned while being single. If you want me to talk about any more, make a part 2 to this. Just comment down below what you want me to talk about. Hit me up on the gram. And yeah, that's all for today. Stay blessed, stay safe. In a bit, another thing I would say is people really struggle to hold conversations. Like, I've spoken to quite a few people where it's just like waterboarding me with this dead conversation, and it's just like,
It's dry. Real dry.
why though? So why are you even chatting to me? Like, if you're just giving me dead replies, don't reply at all. Like, I'd rather just be Ed, because that's how your replies are making me feel. Like, it's just the absolute wackest conversation ever, and it's just like, you're not trying to take risks in the conversation, not trying to ask me a question, not trying to engage me. It's just like, bro, this is dead, man. Like, why am I even chatting to you? And like, I'm not gonna lie, I feel like a lot of girls do this just because of the fact that they're girls. It's like the guy kind of has to chase, but it's like, you could really make that process slightly easier by, you know, being easy to talk to. But when your conversation's dead and you're dead as well, it's like, what are you even offering here? It's bad enough you're a dead thing. Now you're a dead thing with no conversational personality. It's like, what are you really offering? What are you bringing?
That shit hurting.
If you're pretty and have dead conversation, I'm still gonna air you, but at least it's justified in the sense that you're used to Mandem going above and beyond. But when you're dead, it's just like, who has gassed you, bro? Who has lied to you here? I've always said the worst women to chat to is not beautiful women. It's bang average ones, because they're the ones that have been gassed up the most, because you're just in the middle of between dead and actually nice looking. And you're just the middle ground where Mandem can comfortably move, and you've been gassed up. It's like, why, bro? Like, just humble yourself. You're not that nice, bro. You're not that ting.
That shit hurting.
Also, one thing I didn't mention as well, some of you women out here hearing the word no as well, you lot are just as bad as men, you know. You men are acting like Donald Trump when he lost this election, just out here just refusing to give up the power and that. Like, bro, let it go, man. If he's saying no to you,
It's time to stop. It's time to stop, okay? No more.
do what we do. Just move on. Because we kind of have to. Like, that double standard is so wild that when men say no and are persistent, we're called desperate. When women say no and when they carry on, they're seen as determined. It's like, sure, it's the same thing, though.
That's not untrue.
Equality. Some of you are preaching it and not actually doing it. But yeah, man. That's wild, man. Some of you women out here need to just learn to take no. You know, like brats when you get told no. It's like a spoiled child.
I can't do it.
You can. You can do it. You can.
Some of you lot need to just know that you're not for everyone. Like, sometimes the person you want, you're not their ideal person. So just know when to concede that this person is way beyond your standard, because sometimes people go for people who are definitely, you can definitely look at them and just be like, yeah, this person is definitely punching, and they just end up getting hurt. But it's like, what did you really expect going for someone who is way beyond anything you're capable of drawing? I'm not saying don't do it. I'm just saying that learn to tailor your expectations a bit better to avoid disappointment.
Motherfucking bars, nigga. You know nothing about that.
That is definitely a lesson that I learned being single. Yeah, man. It's just about, if you know what your standard is and you know what you attract, it makes it so much easier to avoid disappointment, because then it's like, okay, cool. I know what I can go for, and I know what I'm gonna get accepted by. Like I said, some of you lot are just like going for things. You lot just like hurting yourselves at this point, I think, because you like going for things that you know for a fact is like, I'm definitely punching. Like, you are way too good looking for me. And it don't have to be looks. Personality wise, they could be amazing. They could be way too good for you personality wise. And you lot are just like, oh, how am I gonna ruin this anyway? It's just like, surely you would try to persist to make this good, no? But yeah, that's definitely another lesson I learned, is learn to tailor your expectations accordingly. And remember, just because you do something for someone, don't expect them to do it for you, because people are really built differently nowadays. Everyone's just trying to show off the fact that, oh, you know, this guy's doing this for me, and it's just like, okay, but what are you doing back? Nothing? Nah, for me, you gotta contribute or you gone, bro.